Monday stream time, the one where I am more dreadful for the Monday to come, but trying to hold back said Monday. Surprisingly, I'm not doing more Honkai today. I figured, you know, I didn't want to become an all Honkai channel. Then I would have to lean fully into it, and I don't think I have the time to learn all that lore or how to pronounce all those names. So instead I'm going to something else with a lot of difficult lore and difficult names to pronounce. But I'm not playing the game this time, so... Although I will have to say a lot of names, so... I don't know, maybe I didn't save myself. Maybe I just put myself in a different type of danger. But that's okay. It's something different to do, at least. I'm going to be drawing Genshin Impact characters from memory. I have a random spinner wheel up on one of my other tabs. I'm trying to find a playlist of lo-fi Genshin music that won't get my channel destroyed. Like, I put on a playlist of lo-fi Genshin music a while ago, and the person who made it had just put in a bunch of other songs at the end that that YouTube didn't like me having in my video. So, and I'd like to find a long one too. I'm looking on see, I'm looking on YouTube right now so I can get like an actual, cause it's, I don't know. I'm looking at both YouTube and Spotify. I have one of just Genshin OSTs, but I don't know if that might be too distracting to have in the background. Let's see. Alright, this one might work. I found this one on Spotify. Made by, oh goodness, I cannot pronounce that. Oh boy. I will put that, let's see, I can add a little bit of text to the top of the screen. Where is it? Where is the text option? It would be text, there it is. Add source. I'm just gonna name it playlist. I don't know, I don't really use any odd font, but I'm just gonna use I don't know any of these font names, so I'm just gonna use a standard font, I feel like. I'm gonna say background. Oh my god, I can't spell background apparently. Oh my god. Bye. And then this name, which is quite the name. That's not a capital letter. No background color. Text color, we're just gonna make it like white. Should be fine, right? That's readable? Perfect. And then I just have to put it on the other screen when we get there. I will switch to the playlist as well. I have the spinner up on another tab. Let's see, how close are we to the time I like to start? We could take about 2 more minutes, I'd say, while I check to make sure everything on my end is alright and there's nothing that I want to check. Let's see. So, I don't know what else to talk about, though. Let's see. Oh yeah. If the music is too quiet, let me know. I can't really hear it that well over my headphones because I have them around my neck. They give me a really bad headache if I don't do that. So if it's too quiet, if it's too loud, if my voice is too quiet or too loud, then let me know. Give me a second. I want to check. Oh, it doesn't? Oh my god, that's annoying. Is it? Oh, it is. I don't need that on right now, right? Yeah, so on Discord it'll say whatever song I'm listening to. My Discord is just my username. I'm not really that creative. So if you want to see what exact song I am listening to, that's where you can find that. There's dirt all over my drawing tablet screen, but that's okay. The drawing program I will be using for the drawings today is Clip Studio Paint, the cheapest version of the subscription you can get because broke. But I know as a kid I was like, how are these people using these magical tools on these beautiful programs I've never seen? And I would be using like Ibis Paint on my phone. But yeah, if anyone's curious, I use a drawing tablet. That's actually my second monitor. If you ever hear me mention a second monitor, it's just my drawing tablet propped up with my keyboard. It was like $200. I think it's the XP pen something. It's a nice size though, especially for like $200 something. I recommend it personally. Not sponsored. Of course, I have 34 followers. But I figured I don't want to get sued. Being sued is not on my list of things to happen in 2024. So I figured I'd put it out there. But I think we should be all set to start by getting our random Genshin character and also adding the text onto this slide as well. Be under general text. I want to add a source. I don't want to retype all that. And I have the hiccups, which is great for when you're speaking. There we go. Add that. Oh, that is not supposed to be moved. Because both of those are quite important things. My overlay. Things are being moved that should not be moved. I just want to move the text. Playlist. And then there we go. Okay. I was successful. I just moved a bunch of things that weren't supposed to be moved, but it's okay. I was successful in the end, and that's all that matters. Playing around with the audio a bit so I can get it a nice volume. Alright, and then I will... Yeah, I think one says 3.7, but I added all of the newer characters since Kirara down here. So it's every character that's out right now as a playable character. And I'm just gonna spin it. And whatever we get, that's gonna be who we draw first. I hope it's someone whose design I know, cause if it's not, I usually main either Raiden or Kokomi, and if it's not one of those two, I am slightly screwed because I don't really know anyone else's design. Alright. Please be someone I know. I have my fingers crossed. Oh. Oh my god. I'm a prophet. I'm a prophet. I'm magical. I called it. I knew it. Alright, I'm gonna put a little thing on screen that says the character I'm drawing. I promise I did not rig this. I promise. Add a new source instead. Currently drawing. I promise I'm not magic that I know of. I do forget what font I was using. I think it was this one. Currently drawing Raiden Shogun. Now, as much as I say I know her design, I do not know her design really from memory as well as I should as someone who saved up for her for 6 months. So, I'm just gonna be doing like quick little headshot drawings of each of the characters. Like, it's not gonna be a fully in-depth thing. It's barely gonna have color. But even so, my drawing style takes a while, so I might be able to get a few characters in for this stream, but really not a lot. However, if this is something people like, I'll do it again. The other thing is when I draw, I get quite sucked into my own thoughts. So the commentary might be a little boring. And I'm hoping that the caffeine, the caffeinated drink I have next to me, will go to my brain. It'll activate the little tiny neurons in there. I don't know if that's how brains work, but I'm hoping it does. Otherwise, I'm making myself sound like an absolute dumbass. But anyways, it's gonna make them blabber to each other a bunch. They're gonna speak. They're gonna open their little mouths. And they're just gonna come up with something interesting so that it's not just me being quiet and saying, the entire time. Ugh. Move the drawing tablet. And stretch my neck so I don't know. What happens if I don't stretch my neck? I've just always stretched my neck. I guess we don't want to find out. Alright. And I will switch over to... There it is. Oh, I was worried that wasn't gonna work as well as I thought it would. This is actually my first stream using my drawing tablet as... Oh my god, that... Well, we can start off with a more general brush size. But I did do a drawing stream before. You can't find it anywhere now because I completely forgot to download it when I did do it. But I did that on my iPad using like one of those screen casting programs, like I struggle to remember what it's called, but basically it would like allow you to connect 2 screens together. And so I did that, and I was using Procreate at the time. I think I was drawing Pokemon. And I managed to get 1 Pokemon drawn the entire time. And and the stream like turned itself off, or it was so laggy that I was like, I can't keep subjecting people to this. I'm not cruel. But then I didn't do a drawing stream since then, because I was worried that it was gonna just be that bad again. Where? Oh, there it is. No, not canvas. I'm not gonna split the entire canvas. There we go. When at first you draw a good shin, don't try again, because you will not ever be able to achieve the same one that you just did. And it will just make you sad. If that's the one thing I've learned from drawing. It feels so wrong to be drawing a Genshin character with no reference, because anyone who's ever played Genshin, or especially tried to draw a Genshin character, will know that each Genshin design is basically just artist torture. It's like, each design is so complicated, and it's okay to play the game with designs like that, but then you try to draw them and it's just an absolute nightmare. It's like artist torture. Which is why I'm only going for the vague details here. Oh, that is so unsymmetrical. I'm just gonna copy and paste it again. Don't worry, her boobs will come later. I promise I'm not drawing her completely boobless. I'm not cruel. Also, I think if I did that, she would just look like Scaramouche. I have a new flavor of drink today. It's just, I think it's black raspberry. It's okay. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. Alright, we're just gonna steal her entire neck. And we're gonna clone it, and then we're gonna flip it. See, that's much better, I think. I don't know, my drawings always look bad in the sketching stage. I think that's something every artist can relate to, where you just think you're losing every ounce of talent you ever had. I think that's a familiar artist struggle, is doing the sketch and just getting so demotivated. I think I fucked up on the titties, because I don't think that's how titties work. Here, if I erase the guidelines, will it look as bad? That's definitely not gonna help me visualize. Yes. The answer is yes. Shit, what did I do? That's another fun part of being an artist, is the, oh shit, what did I fuck up this time? Part of the drawing process, where you're like, I'm not sure what I messed up, but I know sure as hell that something ain't right here. I think it's that. There we go. So I mark where that's gonna be. And then, oh no. Raiden, what did they do to you? Whenever you're drawing, you gotta do that for a second. Then you can get rid of it, but you just gotta be there for a second, you know? No, the sketching phase always looks so weird. It looks like, I don't even know. And the mouths, too. The mouths is another thing where you're like, can I even still draw? And I'll just draw a line, usually. I'll be like, that's good. It's good enough. But now, see, now we're getting to the part of the drawing where I gotta remember what she looks like. And that's a problem. Because I definitely don't. And yes, I am doing it in the same color. I am lazy. I think it's shit. Is that what that's not what collarbones look like. I don't think that's what collarbones look like. I think it goes more down and then. Yeah, because then you do those. It's more like down, then there. I'm acting like it. Well, I guess it'll be kind of visible because she has like the. I don't know. It's kind of. It's like a. Yeah, it's the exposed neck. I can't think of what it's called, so I'm just gonna simplify it for myself. The drapey outfit is how I shall describe it. Alright. And then we'll add on the facial features on another layer. Even though they'll also need to be copied and pasted, it just doesn't feel right to put them on this layer because then if I mess up, it's gonna be a whole ordeal of trying to only erase the lines that need to be erased. Gonna transform and flip horizontal. There have been several times where I've accidentally flipped it vertical, and it definitely looks weird when you do that. Top of the head. Get rid of that so I can make sure that it looks fine enough. Like I said, the boobs look weird when you're doing it this way because you can't see the bottom of it, but you just gotta trust that I'm doing something right. Because I have to trust I'm doing something right, otherwise I'm gonna do everything wrong. Oh my god, I forgot her ears. That's okay, we can fix it. We can fix it. I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. That's not right. No, I don't think that's right either. There we go. I'm just gonna steal that. Thank you. Transform. Flip horizontal. There. Nope. Come on, we're going this way. Actually, I can't tell where that needs to go. Can't add a grid right now. I have to go out of selection to add a grid. It's fine. We're inventive. We can figure it out. I think that's about right. It's fine. It'll be fine. Probably. The Shogun doesn't need to hear. Alright. I'm gonna do her eyes with a smaller brush for now. And then a darker red so it's easier to tell it apart. Are her eyes purple? I think they are. I think Genshin characters tend to have a lot more color detailed eyes than they do the rest of their body. So if the rest of her design is purple, I think her eyes would be almost definitely purple, right? can fix that later. I know it looks a little wonky, but that's how everything looks for a while. You just gotta go in and fix it. De-wonkify it. I forgot to mark where the eyebrows are supposed to go, so I'm just gonna guess. She's gonna be angry because we're doing the Shogun and not A. So she's always angry, right? Or at least like a kind of neutral face all the time. We're gonna do... She's tired. I mean, I know robots can't really get tired, but like it's fine. It's fine. And I always draw the pupil on a different layer so that I can go around and shift stuff around if I need to, because the pupil never looks right when I draw it. So I'm just gonna do the whole face symmetrical because I am not drawing that eye again. I can add on the face after. Alright, we can add on the mouth at least, because the face is not just the mouth. Flip that. I don't know, that's about... I'd say we're about symmetrical right there. So if we get rid of that, and we add like a grid underneath it, should be about half a box away over there, and it's a little bit more than half a box away over there, so. And since the lines are thinner, it always ends up looking a bit weird. So even when we add the rest of the guidelines back on, it looks a bit better. I'm gonna do a neutral expression. There's a nose curve on either side. A lot of stuff I would go more in depth on in the full drawing if I was doing like a fully rendered version, but I'm not, so stuff will look a little weird, but that's okay. You know what? I think the eyes are too close to the nose, like now that I look at it. But I think it's both of them that are too close. So I'm just gonna move. On this layer, why? Yeah, they're on this layer. Come on, they're on this layer. So, well, this one. What the hell? It won't. It's not letting me move the face. It'll let me move it that way. But for some reason it's just... when I go in... There, okay, so I can move it that way. There we go, okay. Alright, so we're gonna have the tip of the eyelash touch the outside of the face. we're gonna want both of them to line to have the. Where do we want both of them to line up? We're gonna have both of them. Here, the bottom of both of them is on that line. Just about. Okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, I knew that was kind of the problem. There we go. Okay. It's a bit better. So I forget what her eyes look like again. So I'm just gonna say that they're purple. And I'm gonna add a pupil in there. And I'm just gonna shade the eye because otherwise it's gonna look like she's really fucking angry. So we're gonna do like a top-down shading there. Like a little bit there. Right. Good enough for her eyes. Because eyes in drawing are mostly color. They're like 5% line art and 90% color. And they're not gonna look like eyes until you're fully done with the drawing, which really throws me off when I'm drawing. Alright, and we're gonna want there we go, that's about symmetrical, right? Alright. So now that I'm done with the easy stuff, now I get to figure out how to do everything else, which is the memory part that is gonna be annoying. I guess we can just break it down like little by little. Be like, alright. Her hair isn't a braid. How could I forget? It's literally like one of her most defining features is that her hair isn't a fucking braid. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna do her hair in the color like purple so I can figure it out on different layers, and we're gonna change the opacity of some of this stuff. I'm gonna say that she has a middle part, which I like to put on a different layer so it doesn't get influenced by anything else. I think she has a middle part. I'm gonna say she has kind of swoopy hair, I think. So her front part is kind of swoopy in that regard. I'm gonna move this up. I don't think it's as curly as I did it on the other side. I think it's straighter. And then the good thing about hair is that it doesn't have to be symmetrical. Alright. So that's that. This is just our vague outline for the hair. Actually, this stuff is gonna go behind the ear, and this is the part that's gonna go in front of it. And obviously her hair is a lot straighter than this. My art style makes stuff really curly, but I will go in and I'll fix it, I promise. It will be straighter in the final drawing. I think it's just gonna come down around this way. And then her braid starts all the way on the very like back of her head. So, but it's like really big. She has like a really thick braid. Do it like that. And we'll get rid of that stuff. Maybe I'll make those tilt a bit more in when I do them, but I'm gonna grab. And I know she has like a little hair piece that I'm gonna have to add in, like that she got from her sister. So that little hair piece I'm gonna have to add in, which is fine. I don't mind adding that later. Alright, so that's our vague hair sketch, and then we can go in and actually detail it a bit more. A bit of a blue or purple, just so we can tell them apart. Right there, like that. I think it'd be a little bit straighter over here. Like that. Like that. And we're gonna do like another little strand over here, I feel like. No, that doesn't look right. Like that. That's not how braids work. Braids are not that straight, I don't think. Some little, like, tension lines there. Because I've worn braids before. And I'll tell you, they sure ain't comfortable. And then that stuff, which just tucks right behind the ear. And do a similar thing on this side. Oh my god, I can't get it right. Oh my god. There we go. Nice little swoopy. Right there. Do a little outlier strand over here. I feel like I messed up somewhere, but I can't quite figure out where, so I'm just gonna keep going. It's like, it definitely doesn't look like Raiden, but I'm not sure who it looks like. And I think it looks close enough to Raiden. There's the braid, and then we just gotta add little bits of back hair. I think it's the curliness that's really throwing it off, but I feel like that's also just my art style, so I don't know if there was much I could have done there. Alright. Clean up these bottom parts a little. Ow. Oh, no knuckle cracks. I was hoping for a nice knuckle crack. Oh well. Oh. But my neck is cracking, definitely. Oh. There we go. I knew there would be one on the other side. So for her outfit, I know it like hangs off of her shoulders. I'm gonna do it in pink so I get enough distinction from the other ones. I'm gonna get rid of this sketch hair layer that I used, so I'm not gonna need it really. So I think her hairpiece, I will consider it. I know it's like a flower, but I'm gonna consider it part of the clothing layer. Oh, this is that. Yeah, I can get rid of that too. But I know it's like partially a flower. I know my flower is miserable, but it's a flower and then like a fan, right? That looks like a ping pong paddle, but it's good enough, right? So that's kind of like what her hairpiece looks like. I know I'm missing something. Doesn't it have like a little tassel on it too? There we go. And then I know what her outfit looks like around here. So it kind of like hangs down like here. And I know like one side is sleeveless, right? Hold on. So I think it goes all the way up here. Like one side is sleeveless, right? Then the other side has a sleeve. I think there's also like a, because I know it's kind of loosely based on like a kimono, right? So, and the other one she has, oh yeah, and she has like the glove thingy on one side. Oh yeah, and like a really, really big ass sleeve, right? So over here, it's like a really big, thin sleeve. And there's like some sort of floral design on it, but I don't know how exactly that looks, so I'm not gonna try it. I think this one is the one that's cut off. I feel like I'm messing this up very much, but oh, that is my tablet settings. I do not need that. I think her sleeves are puffier than that. And I think she has like a necklace too. But I don't really remember what that looks like. I think she just has a lot of flowers on her design and that's tripping me up. So I'm gonna say, is it another flower here? I'm gonna make her headpiece a little bigger too. And I'm gonna make sure to get rid of the hair that's underneath it. So that I got rid of a little bit of my tassel there. There we go. I think I accidentally got rid of stuff. Oh no, I guess I didn't. There we go. Alright, and then we do the fun part. Here, let me reduce the layer opacity there. Or actually, yeah, I'll keep it as that, and then throw it all in a folder and trace over it. I'm just gonna do a pencil. I'm not gonna do full line art. I don't feel like it, but I feel like I've already spent a lot longer on this drawing than I was hoping I would, and I still haven't even gotten to the coloring part. Alright, and oh, just taking a bunch of breaks to stretch my spine so that I don't stand up after stream and just have my spine scream at me. While we're drawing Raiden, I'm so curious on how, like, the puppet was made. Like, puppets in Teyvat are so weird, because they're able to, like, think for themselves. And, like, I know they're made by the gods, but still. Like, Scar and Raiden. Like the Shogun and Wanderer are so weird because, like, they're not just puppets. If they were, then A would have complete control over them, and then, like, the Inazuma story arc would have no reason. But, like, how do you get them to have a personality, you know? Alright, so that's partially one side done. There we go. Oh. Alright. Come on. Oh, it was on. Yeah. I swear I recognize this song. Hold on. I need to figure out which one this is. Oh, Candace. It's Candace's theme. I really think Candace should have been a 5-star, or at least should have had more time in the story, you know? Because I love her, and her design is really cool. And the other two characters that are, like, part of the references to Egyptian mythology, they're both 5 stars. But Candace isn't, which is weird. The other two being Sino and Dehya. And I'm just like, justice for my girl, justice for Hydro Shield over here. I also just really like her design. Like the colors. Golden Blue has always been one of my favorite designs. Like, no matter how typical it is, like you see it all the time, I still really like it. Why does this petal not look right? Come on. Good enough. But what? No, it doesn't look right. Come on. I don't got all day. There we go. I'm just gonna do a little. There we go. And for the little tassel, we're gonna head and do. I really don't know if there's a tassel here, but so many characters in this game have like the little tassel that, even if she doesn't. It'll probably be fine. Because the headpiece just felt like it was missing something, you know? I forget how these fans look. I have one. Is it cheating to look up the fan? Because, like, it's drawing the character from memory, not the specific fan from memory. Or is it just kind of like lines? Is that what it is? No, but I don't want it to look like a ping pong paddle. She's not the Archon of tabletop games. Alright, I don't care if it's cheating. I'm looking it up. I'm gonna look it up on my phone. Alright. I think it's like traditional Japanese fans. I actually have one somewhere in my room that I got from Disney, so I don't know how accurate it is. But it's like, I know they're not just pure round, I don't think. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the folds. It's the folds on it that got me confused. There we go. We solved the ping pong paddle problem. Oh, that was a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast. It looks less like a ping pong paddle, at least. That was not where I meant to go. Alright, and we'll go... there. Drawing hair is very fun, but also quite annoying, because you gotta move your hand at so many different angles to like get it to look right and to get all the proper curves. But it's also very like therapeutic once you've drawn in the hair, like once you've sketched it all in, then you just need to go in and outline it. There's so many little swoops to do. Oh, it's making sure everything is saved to the file. There we go. Alright. But yeah, so many little swoops to do. And like no line has to be completely perfect. Just has to look nice enough and like hair-like enough that it passes for hair. But aside from that, you can kind of go however you want. Alright. Oh, what a coincidence. This is, Raiden's trailer theme, right? Like not her demo OST, but her trailer. Or her teaser or whatever. What is it? Oh, like I know the name of it. It's, shit. I'm just gonna check. Oh, no. Never mind. I was completely wrong. It's the night theme for Rito. Well, you know, it's still Inazuma, so it still fits. I was only slightly wrong. Also, a lot of music in Inazuma, you can hear, like, little bits of Raiden's theme in the back of it, which makes sense. But, like, you don't hear little bits of Venti's theme in Mondstadt, I don't think. Not that I've heard. Although you do in Fontaine with Faucilor's theme. I'm not sure about, I mean, you can hear little bits of Nikita's in, like, the desert of Sumeru, I think. Like, yeah, I don't quite remember where, but... know about Zhongli either. I mean, I haven't really been in Liyue a bunch. I was there for, like, the Lantern Rite this year. But, like, I don't really go to Liyue a lot. I'm trying to work my way through the R&R quest right now, and it's like, oh my god. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? To have a quest this long. It's testing my patience, honestly. But I will play it, because I want to unlock the Tree of Dreams. I have so many Dendro sigils. It's insane. Right now, I'm kind of half-heartedly saving up for Kazuha. I didn't know he was getting a rerun, and I'm trying to decide whether I want him or Farina. Not that I'll really get either of them, because I don't really have that much saved up. I'm not really saving, more as just not pulling right now. But, like, I'm kind of sad I didn't get Farina when she first came out, but, like, not getting her allowed me to get, C1 Raiden, so it's you know, it's a toss-up, but, like, I'm guaranteed to get the banner 5-star that I go for. Because I got Dehya last time I pulled on a banner. I was like, I saw, like, the early 5-star, I'm like, wait, am I actually gonna get, I don't know, I think it was Nahida that I kind of wanted to get. Not really wanted to, but I was like, well, I got the 10 pull. I've heard she's a good character. I saw the gold. I'm like, wait, really? And it was Dehya. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. Like, I like her design, and I feel like she's a cool character. But, like, if they didn't make her one of the worst characters. But they did. They were like, oh, you know this really cool character that's really important in the story and stuff, and is like one of the, I don't know, one of the coolest characters. I think she's interesting. And her ties to, like, Egyptian mythology are a bit more hidden, but, like, when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah. Because, like, you have Sino as Anubis, and Candace is Horus, I think. Or possibly Thoth, I'm not sure, but I think Horus is what they were going for. But then, I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I guess, I wonder if any of their characters have ties, and then I saw Dehya, and I'm like, well, she's violent, and they call her the Lioness. And I was thinking of lion goddesses in Egyptian mythology, I'm like, oh, is she supposed to be like Sekhmet, which is like the angry lion goddess who drank so much blood that the gods had to trick her with, like, red dyed beer, which feels very Dehya, like, when you're thinking about it. I was like, oh, that's cool, because I kind of thought the references ended at Sino and Candace. I'm gonna copy and paste the chin because I really don't want to redraw it right now. Use the teeny tiny brush to get in there and grab everything I need. Actually, I'll just do the whole neck. It's like, why bother, you know? This is supposed to be a quick drawing. I don't even know if I'll have time to finish the other one I'm planning to do. I mean, it's only gonna be, let's see, so if I spend, let's go ahead and say like an hour and 10 minutes. Oh, this is Raiden's. But if I spent like an hour and 10 minutes maybe, on this one, then it'll probably be like, I don't know, well, let's make an estimate on what time it's gonna be when I'm done with this one, because that's the part that really matters. I don't know, I'd guess probably like 7:30, 7:40. So that would be about an hour and 20 minutes that I had spent on each one. And if I did another one, it would be like, this stream would be 3 hours long, but at the same time, that wouldn't be that late. It would be 9 p.m., which would be late. And I do want to play some House Flipper tonight. I was playing it yesterday, like I got back into it. Like I'd like to spend some time playing it tonight, if I have time, but I also have a bunch of other stuff that I want to do that I need to get done. So, but it will only be 9 p.m. So that isn't that late, I guess. I mean, I usually go to bed at like midnight, so. Which I think is a common internet epidemic. And I would love to finish the R&R quest tonight. It feels like I was so close, and then they were like, nah, you gotta do this other quest. And I'm like, are you kidding me? How many R&R are there for me to help? So many R&R. They got so many problems. I think this part is a little more skin tight. It's like solve your own problem. Like, I get that I have to gain their trust, but like, solve your own problems. Like, all I want to do is unlock the Tree of Dreams. I don't even care about Rana. Like, I just want to get my free stuff. And that's it. Then I probably won't even finish the R&R quest after that. Ooh, the Mondstadt theme. I quite like the Mondstadt theme. I just got my piano back because I had lent it to someone in my family. And I'm trying to figure out, because I would love to play some Genshin Impact OSTs on it, because I keep finding tutorials on like YouTube. Because I started looking for like lyre tutorials for Genshin, and I found a channel that does both. I'm trying to decide what like songs I want to learn. I'm thinking of like maybe the Mondstadt themes, like the more like the easier stuff, like the open world stuff. But if anyone knows any good songs at all, I'd be interested in learning them. Just whatever in general, you know? Because I stopped playing because, like, I got a book of songs and it was all just, like, the basic, like, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I'm like, fuck this, I don't care. I was taking lessons in, like, someone's basement and stuff. I was like, I don't wanna do this anymore. Oh shit, I think I messed up over here. Honestly, I just didn't really find it that fun. But at that point, I also didn't know that you could do whatever songs you wanted. I thought the only ones you could do were, like, the basic stuff. And back then, I also didn't really care for, like, classical music. And I kind of do. Like, I like some classical music. Definitely not enough to, like, be called, like, a nerd about it or anything. Like, I'm not trying to say I know so much classical music and I love it so much. Like, I'm definitely not an expert, and I mostly just like the entry-level stuff. But I think piano is a nice instrument. What I'm really interested in, what I would really be interested in learning would be, like, the violin. I would love to learn the violin. And, like, obviously they're super expensive. But I'd be interested in learning it, definitely. And kind of looking into, like, places where you can rent one to use. And seeing if I like it. Or if anyone out there plays the violin and, like, really, really loves it, or really, really hates it, is like, either don't ever play this stupid instrument, or, like, please play this instrument, I'm literally begging you. Or any one of those. Those are the extremes, obviously. But I would love to play an instrument. I have a lot of friends that play instruments, which I think is really cool. But I've never, you know, I've tried instruments in the past, and my brain immediately, when I'm not good at them immediately, my brain is like, no thank you. And I'm like, but that's not how it works. And my brain is like, don't care, we're not doing it. I'm like, but cool, pretty instrument. And, like, I'm trying to find stuff. Like, after I started skating, it's like I can be dedicated at something, but just gotta find what it is that I like to do, you know? Come on. What layer? No, okay, it didn't transfer. Okay. But now that I've done something that I'm proud of, that I've, like, actually worked hard for, I'm thinking of going back. I have a guitar in my room that I would like to play, but a lot of what I used to want to play was, like, YouTuber indie music. But I'm not really as into that kind of stuff anymore. So there's not really any songs that I currently like that are really guitar music. I did find one tutorial for a Genshin Impact song on the guitar that I might do. I would have to get it, like, tuned and stuff, but if I do, then maybe I'll take some time out of my super ridiculously, totally, definitely full of stuff, definitely not just me sleeping all the time, I totally do stuff, I promise, schedule, to learn it. But I also have the piano that I don't know. And, like, I also have streaming stuff that I want to do. I still haven't edited any of the videos any of the streams that I've done, which are, like, on my to-do list, I promise. What song is this? It sounds really familiar. Oh, it's the Dawn Winery theme, that's why. In my opinion, the Dawn Winery is one of the prettiest places in Mondstadt. because it just feels so, like, alive. And I feel like Mondstadt, like, it feels lively in the city, but then you get out into, like, I don't know, bumfuck middle of Mondstadt, and it's just, it feels very uninhabited, but the Dawn Winery is one of the places in Mondstadt that feels lived in. It feels alive. And I feel like they got better in the later areas of the game, making, like, the wilderness parts still feel alive. Particularly Fontaine definitely feels really alive, and I really like Fontaine. Especially, like, I don't really like the underwater part, but I don't hate it. It's mostly because I have Kokomi, and these characters are dying underwater. My characters are dying underwater, and it's like, I have a healer on my team, but I can't heal them with my healer. I have to get on land to do that. Which is, like, ultimately, it's not the biggest complaint ever, and I could fix it by just going on land to heal my characters, but... Will I? No. Like, I wish that they had made it easier for certain stuff underwater. Like, you need to find the certain fish, which, like, I get they can't have you use your skills underwater. Like, that just wouldn't make any sense at all. Like, I understand that. But at the same time, I have, like, Claymore characters, but I can't break stuff. Although, that's the thing I do like, is the breaking stuff. You can just break it all at once with, like, the little bomb guy or something. It's, like, it's so much easier than having to break every single one individually, or being able to, like, break two at the same time, but that really being it. But aside from that, there's not, like, I don't really like the healing fish underwater. Like, I get why they did it. And I would rather there be healing fish than no healing fish, but still. I'm just not a huge fan of, like, there's so much stuff I need to explore underwater. Every time I just see so many chests, but I just don't wanna. And that's why I've been avoiding it. There are so many rewards I could get from just doing the underwater exploration. Okay, I think that's aligned. Perfect. That's as perfect as I'll get it. Oh, my foot is itchy. There we go. Wrong brush. There we go. Ugh. There we go. And we will just copy it. Copy and paste is definitely the one thing that I think digital art has above traditional. Like, I think if there is anything that I love about traditional art, it is or digital art, it is definitely the being able to copy and paste stuff, and the being able to like change the opacity of layers, and the not smudging. My sketchbooks look so smudged. It's crazy. Alright, let's see if there's anything I gotta fix on the line work. But I think a few extra lines here and there. I think we're all set. To add in a bit of color, so I'll get rid of the grid. I mean, I don't think she looks that far off. Like, in my mind, it isn't exactly what Raiden looks like, but it's close. Alright. I'm just gonna do some very vague coloring. Nope, I cannot bucket tool this, apparently. Oh, I just realized I don't have any way to make sure her skin color is right, which is always the biggest thing, because the character's skin never comes out. But I guess Genshin isn't really known for their skin color diversity, so maybe it won't be that difficult after all. That looks maybe a bit more here. That feels light for a skin tone, definitely, but here, I'm just gonna do very light, like nothing specific. I'll go and clean it up a little, but ultimately I'm just trying to get the colors down to get the colors down. We'll bucket tool that and clean it up a little bit. And then it'll just be a clipping mask. Oh, that's another thing. Clipping masks. My God, do I love them. They get a little annoying sometimes, but they help so much. Alright, there we go, there's that. And I know that her design has a lot of purple. Like, a lot of purple, I mean. So, I'm gonna do wait. Yeah, why? There we go. I messed up in one of my layer settings, apparently. But, we'll start with her hair, which I think is like a, I don't know. It's not this. But it's not light either. There we go. Right there. I might clean this up later. I'm not sure. Maybe that can be a whole other stream, is like actually finishing these drawings. I can just cover that. There's no need for that to be perfect or anything. There we go. And I think she also has like a streak of lighter purple, like more of a neon purple in her braid. And I know it's more in the back normally, but it's okay. There we go. She might have like brighter purple tips, I want to say. And maybe front streaks, like here. Alright. And then for her eyes, obviously they have a base of white. Normally I'd go for like a more gray, but right now, not really a big deal. That's gonna go, actually, I'm gonna put that under there. And we can go ahead and do the other eye too. And then I'm gonna go ahead and say that her eyes would be like a bright purple. Like a light purple down here. And like a darker purple up here. Come on. There we go. Color in the middle of the eye with that too. Actually, I'm gonna blend it a little. We'll be fancy today. Do a little bit of blending. There we go. And then for her hairpiece, I'm pretty sure it's like a brown for the middle of the flower. And then most of the other stuff is like white. Like a light blue purplish. Oh, no, it's not. That's not in a clipping mask. There we go. fan. I think it's like more of a blue, like I'm thinking Kamisato Ayaka's fan, but more Raiden Shogun-y. That's a word. That's a word now. That's my word. And like some those look like bubbles, but I promise they're not bubbles. I know bubbles, because I draw them all the time. They're supposed to be like flowers, but I really don't want to commit to the flowers, so. There. And then for her clothes, I think they're like a light bluish purple, I want to say. Nope, nope, not like that. No, I think they're whiter than that. Here we go. And then just, so I can bucket tool this. I don't know why, but it kind of looks like a nightgown. And I think her sleeves might have like a darker purple trim. Maybe? Same with this. Nope, down. There we go. And like a darker purple, obviously, for these sleeves. Like a purple gray, honestly. Closer to. There we go. That looks so messy, and I like my drawings to be clean, and it bothers me so much doing this so messily, but it must be done. And I think she also has a sleeve on this arm, but I think it like kind of like blends into her skin at the very top. Is the regular soft airbrush. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot the tassel up here. It was like a close enough. It might be a little bit too bright, but that's fine. I think if I remember, their tie is like a red. And I think this might also be, I think it's more of a darker red, but I think it's still red. And then I'll just color pick from up here. The other one was kind of like dusty lavender. Okay. Just vague coloration here. Alright, and I think, actually I do think her outfit has kind of like a gradient, like a blue, maybe. No, not quite. Good enough. Alright. That's what I thought she looked like. And then I'll bring up an image of what she actually looks like. And I'll like put it. Okay, I was a little bit more off than I thought I was. I was close, you know what? I take pride in being close. put it on top. Actually, I can put it in the program itself. File. Actually, I'm gonna turn the screen off so that I think I might have photos of people in here. So, like, real life people that I know that do not want their face online. Where would it have been saved to? Downloads? No? Oh, did it get put in here? No? Where? Save image as. I don't know, it should be. Downloads. What would it be called? It should be under downloads. Oh, okay, so it's character. There it is. Oh my god. Great. Apparently it doesn't want to. Let me find another image then. Apparently, the one that I thought, actually I think I have somewhere a screenshot that I took of her from, I gotta find it. I know I have it somewhere. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Because I refuse to title any of my documents. Is it this one? It should be. Yes. And none of them are a forward-facing reference of her either. Let me check through. I know I have it somewhere. This is incredibly embarrassing, but I should have it. That's clip art. No, not clip art. A Clip Studio document. You know what? I will just drag this tab. Actually, hold on. I will open the image in a new. Oh, actually, I realized there's literally just art of her headshot. That exists. Maybe it'll work. Would you like to work, please? Oh my god. It does not. Fine, I'll just do the original plan. we go. And then I have, there it is. So I think I didn't do horribly. I mean, I put her hairpiece on the wrong side of her head. Zoom in here, but I put her hairpiece on the wrong side of her head, and her hair is way too light. But I don't think I did bad. I think I could have done worse. Alright. It's time to move on to our next character. Wrong. There we go. That is still an image of Raiden. Let me go here. And I am curious on who we will get this time, because at least I knew what Raiden looked like. I feel like that's too easy. Like, I feel like I just drew his mom. I'm gonna spin again. Some people might call that cheating, but I just drew a character that looks so much like him that I feel like it would almost be cheating, or it just wouldn't be interesting. Like, give me a character from at least, like, a totally different place. Kaya. I don't know what Kaya looks like off the top of my head. I really don't. I haven't seen him in so long. Oh my god. It's okay. We'll figure out a way to make this work. The issue is I'm really bad at drawing men. Which is good, because Kaya is kind of an effeminate fellow. And it's also good because he has a more simplistic design, and it is already almost 8 p.m. But it's bad because he's probably going to end up looking kind of funky. I might... See, I did Raiden in a really, like, my usual style. But I could try a more chibi style. Or a more cartoon style for Kaya. If I wanted to make it go faster. Like... I don't draw this way often, but... No. That doesn't look right. That circle was actually really nice for a starting circle, but... Ugh, you know what? Before I start this, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick, which I know happens right around this midpoint in every stream, but it's the cat bean, I'm pretty sure. Like, I even went to the bathroom before stream this time in hopes that maybe I wouldn't have to break the stream in the middle, but that's okay. And I already have music on. So, it's perfect. Alright. I will be right back. I might even grab a snack, because I did not eat before that. Well, I had a banana. Might be enough. I don't know. It was, yeah, I might just grab something to eat while I'm down there. I'm back. I got Oreos. A Oreo, technically, but I ate the other two. Oh, I have one. I want to finish it before I start streaming or start like drawing again. But I don't want to like sit here like 20 minutes. It's not that. I have like 2 bites left, but. Crumbs on the drawing tablet is one of the worst things. That's so annoying. There we go. It is done. So now I can start drawing again. Oh yeah, I have to change the text that says who I'm drawing. Where is it? Kaya. Oh my god, that's not how you spell it. No. Kaya. Ow. Kaya. We're gonna move it over. So I know he has the fluffy thing. On like his shoulders. I know he has that, and I know I'm gonna want to add that. I know he has like the booby window. So I know that's something I need to add. But aside from that, I have not played as Kaya in genuinely so long. Which is, he's one of the only, I think he is the only starter character that I don't use anymore. I built Lisa a while back as a replacement in all of my teams for Raiden until I got her. And I'm building Amber right now because of a dare. But I just haven't used Kaya at all. Which is funny, because he's supposed to be the best out of all of the starters. I'm talking about them like they're Pokemon, but... like, I don't use him. Oh my god, what did I do? There we go, I fixed it. There we go. Yeah, so I could tell you what Amber's design is. And I could tell you what Lisa looks like, kind of, I think. I don't know. I don't know if I still remember. Just gonna draw a stick for a neck right now, because it's not... oh, okay. It's not hugely important right now. We can add it later, but... But I definitely made the right decision not posing these characters. Because if I had, this stream would be 14 hours long. Here, I'm gonna draw an accurate representation of how I feel right now. There we go. That's about how I feel. I totally forget how to draw a smirk. Like, that's definitely what Kaya needs to be doing, but I don't know how to draw it. Like the side smile, maybe. That might be easier. Or should I just make him smiling? Do I really want to spend a bunch of time figuring out how to do the mouth when I could just throw some dots down? I really need to do more expression exercises. I genuinely know how to do meow or meow, and that's it. Sometimes I can do a smile, but like a toothy smile. But that's usually it. I used to not even be able to pose at all, like pose my characters. But like I at least know how to do that a little bit. There we go. Ow. Had to murder my neck for a second. But I really should learn how to do more expressions, because I don't know how to do, like, any. And that leads to a lot of, like, same face syndrome. I'm just gonna do a little. Welcome to being an artist at all. Here, if we add little mouth pieces, like just draw a bunch of mouths, and eventually you'll get one that looks right enough that you can pretend it's what you were going for. I'm just gonna do the copy and paste like I did for the other one, because it's easier and it'll look better. Usually I will do copy and paste for the sketches and then try to do the actual line art for everything but the eyes when I'm doing, like, line art. And you will see that he looks very feminine. Near the end. Because I draw a lot of women and honestly not that many men. Actually gonna play around with the head proportions a little bit, because it looks a little bit disproportionate. And we're just gonna squish a little bit there, and we're gonna grab this bottom part and we're gonna do the opposite of squishing it. Horizontal. There we go. And there's some duplicate stuff I want to get rid of. But for the most part, there we go. And once again, I forgot ears. That seems to be a common trend, forgetting ears. And I know that because I have done that in pretty much any drawing I've ever made. You look at it, I probably forgot the ears on it at some point. I think he also has earrings, so I'm gonna mark where those are going to be. He's a saucy little man. I do know that much. I'm just gonna... Oh, we're gonna be here a while. This gets it more even, but at the same time it takes a while. So we just wait. Until it gets there. There we go. Alright, and I'm gonna select everything and make it a little smaller so I have room for his hair. There we go. Nice and centered. Alright, next on the list is eyes, which I always do in a smaller brush when I do them. And I totally always remember to use the correct brush. Totally never forget. I never forget. The good thing about Kaya is that he already kind of looks a little feminine. So it's easy to pass it off as just him, when in reality I just can't draw men. Just say he's a little fruity, and that's all you gotta do. Not that you gotta be fruity to wear makeup. That's a stereotype that I hate, is that you have to be a gay guy to wear makeup. Like, no. Wear whatever makes you feel fancy. But I do think Kaya is quite a saucy fellow. I'm gonna try... See, the thing that makes all of the male characters I draw look like women is always the eyes, specifically the eyelashes. So I try not to add too many, but it's like ingrained in my brain. It's part of the process, you know? I drew one of my OCs once in my sketchbook, and I showed my friend, and they're like, "Oh, I love her," and I'm like, "It's a man," and they're like, "That's a man?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It's fine." I mean, now that I look at it, he kind of looks like it. I mean, I guess when you know the character, it's a lot easier to be able to tell, like, oh yeah, that's just a guy that looks kind of like a girl. But when you're looking at it completely from the outside, I mean, take Venti as an example. I think I've heard maybe one person who's never played the game know that he's a guy, or like instinctually suspect that he's a guy, and that's it. And I think everybody else just thinks he's a girl. And like everyone who plays is like, yeah, no, that's obviously a man. But then everyone who has never played looks at him and they're like, there's no way that's a man. That's not a man. Like, even, like, I thought it was an elusive experience only to those who record their family's reactions to him. But I've had that experience too when I was showing, I think it was my grandmother, Genshin Characters. The amount of the men that she thought were guys was astounding. Which, to be fair, I feel like that's what Genshin specializes in, is very feminine men. Because I think that's the beauty standard, definitely. I mean, I know that Genshin is, like, their home is definitely, it's like, they moved it recently, right? To, like, I don't know, honestly I want to say Taiwan, but I'm definitely not an expert on that, so if I'm wrong, correct me, please. Because I would rather be wrong and be corrected than be wrong and never be corrected and then keep saying the wrong things over and over again. Until, I mean, that's how rumors get started. But yeah, but even, like, they are a Chinese-based company. Like, that's definitely their roots. And I feel like you look at a lot of the media over there, and it's definitely more feminine men is the expectation. Or not the expectation necessarily, but part of the beauty standard, definitely. And that's like less normal over here in games, definitely, or in media. Like, we have a few more feminine male, like, icons or singers, I guess, is like, because I'm comparing K-pop, but ultimately it is. Why do I feel like Kaya has an eyebrow piercing? I don't think he does. Does he? No. But he might have a slitted eyebrow, and maybe that's where I'm getting the idea from. But yeah, but you look at, like, all the singers and famous people over here, and it's definitely more, like, masculine trucks and stuff is the expectation. But over there, I mean, when you're making a game, you're gonna make it for the beauty standard of, like, where you're from. And they were based in, like, obviously they weren't based in Korea, but I feel like they have a similar standard. Obviously not the same. Like, obviously they're not the same place, and they don't have the same beauty standards, but it's a similar part of the world. And, like, obviously not every place that's a similar part of the world has the exact same expectations, but some of them cross over or are similar. So, I mean, you're basing a lot of the male characters over there. I mean, just like a lot of the female characters in Genshin are based for a male audience, a lot of the male characters are based for a female audience. I mean, JRPGs, or in this case, like, Chinese RPGs, or even just, like, RPGs in general that are, like, open world, I feel like are more unisex if you're looking at their player base. I mean, obviously, the gaming scene in general is unfortunately dominated by a male audience. But, I mean, I feel like Genshin Impact definitely also has a more female audience and knows it has a more female audience. And their designs for male characters show that, like, more of a for the boys male design, or less of a for the boys male design and more of a for the women female design, or male design. And I feel like whoever the designer is definitely like me in the way, or the designers are definitely so used to drawing those accentuated features on the female designs, that they don't know how to not do those for the male designs. Like, they're like, well, it's our expertise to draw the larger lashes or the slimmer waist, so let's just do that for the male. They can reuse more models that way. I mean, when you're making a game, it's definitely, you're thinking about how do we save the most money. Kind of, like, especially a game that big, they make billions of dollars. Like, obviously they have a lot of money to spend, but that comes with sometimes cutting costs in certain areas. I mean, that's just running a business. So if they can use similar models and have to, like, spend less on remodeling the characters or the bases for each character, or copy and paste some parts from this character to another character, as well as, like I said, beauty standards. It just gives, it makes it a lot easier for me to draw the Genshin Impact men in my style, because they're quite a bit more feminine in their design, the way they're designed. I don't even know how I got out here on this rant. I mean, when I draw, I am definitely guilty of the like half-brained anything I can think about podcast situation, where you just start writing your own podcast, or like, there was one time I went off on, like, sexism in rap because of one song that came on my playlist, that had me thinking. I think the eyes are uneven. That I was just like, oh, come on. That I wasn't even thinking about it. I had a drink next to me, and I think it had something caffeinated in it, so my brain was awake. I was tired. I heard this. I was looking for something to speak about while I drew. And boom, the podcast to nobody was born. And, like, I feel like that's something I do subconsciously. I feel like that's something a lot of people do subconsciously. I think the nose has to be moved up a little. It's like, it's fun to talk about more serious topics. What layer? Oh, it's on 2 different layers. Well, that would explain it. But yeah, sometimes it's just fun to have a topic to really think about. And, like, something so serious that you can speak about in the background. Especially because I'm trying to find a topic to entertain a bunch of people all at the same time. Or not necessarily a bunch of people. I'm not saying that I'm the new, I don't know, who's a really big, big streamer or YouTuber. I don't know, I can't think of people or a person off the top of my head, but I'm not them. There's not like a bunch of people, but like there's a few people, right? I gotta find a way to entertain like at least those people. Alright, I'm gonna do Kaya's hair in the color blue for obvious reasons. I think his mouth is too low. Let me fix that. And then, like I did with the other one, I think he has his hair parted slightly. There, okay, good enough. He also has that annoying little rat tail on the back of his head. Like he has a ponytail, but it's not really a ponytail as much as it is like a rat tail. Like Sucrose's little rat tail. But Sucrose is at least cute, so. I think Kaya has just that really big swoop, kind of like Raiden does. There's that really big swoop in the front. That goes all the way. There's a little. Well, now he kind of looks like Baiju. Speaking of Baiju, I saw like a theory the other day that was like Sucrose's actually Dottore and Baiju's daughter, or like Dottore's daughter or something. I don't remember who exactly. I know Dottore was part of it, but they were like taking little bits of like, or not taking little bits of her hair. They weren't snipping off her hair, but like they were looking at like they were pulling the colors. That's what it is. They were like using the eyedropper tool and pulling the colors. And like I think it's an interesting theory, but like it kind of confuses me. Like what? I mean, Sucrose and Dottore are both like scientists, but of such a different type, I feel. And also like why? Like, is Sucrose a spy? Was she abandoned? Was she, like, left in Mondstadt? Like Alice left Klee in Mondstadt, possibly? I feel like that might be the most plausible. But, like, at the same time, I don't know, wouldn't Dottore, like, experiment on her or something? That seems to be, like, his whole thing. I mean, we don't know anything about Sucrose's family, though. That is the other thing. As far as I know, we haven't, like, learned anything about any of, like, if she has siblings. Like, I could go and read her character, like, information, which might give more information about, like, her family and stuff. But as far as I know, we've, like, never gotten any reference to her family in game, right? I mean, it's an interesting theory. And I think Dottore is gonna, like, be important to the story, I hope. I mean, we only have one more nation left and several harbingers that we haven't met. So either we're gonna meet them all, in the Natlan story quests, or, like, some of them are gonna, like, pop up just in the Snezhnaya chapter. Which I can't believe that we're already at the, like, the last or the second, third, there's Natlan, and then there's Snezhnaya, and then there's Conria. And I cannot believe that we are already, like, 2 nations away from Conria. In 4.5, we're getting, I think, the next, like, Tevat chapter, I think is what they're called, like, with Dane, which I'm so excited for. I mean, Fontaine's story quest was amazing. Like, you couldn't convince me that it wasn't. It was amazing. Ow. I knew my knuckles would eventually be ready to crack. No, Fontaine was amazing. So much so that I'm actually doing a figure skating routine to, like, Focalor's sacrifice theme, because it's just so sad. Like, it's so beautiful, but so sad. Like, it made me about ready to cry when I watched that scene, honestly. I don't cry easily. But I thought Fontaine was absolutely amazingly written. Like, especially, I actually got my mom into playing Genshin, and her boyfriend, so it's like, they're both at the very beginning of the story, and I haven't thought about how much Genshin has honestly changed in terms of, like, how much the story has improved, and how much just better everything has gotten. Like, in all honesty, like, going back and seeing people play the beginnings, the game, I'm like, yes, I promise it gets better. I promise it's not this boring the entire. And not that Mondstadt chapter is boring. I think it's good, but honestly, like, you look at Mondstadt or even Liyue, compared to Sumeru, like, Inazuma to Sumeru and then Fontaine, like, the jump between Inazuma and Sumeru was just insane. Like, I remember being, like, playing through the Inazuma quest, which I actually did quite like. People are like, oh, it's so boring or anticlimactic. I thought it was great. But that might just be because Inazuma is, like, my favorite region in terms of music and, like, scenery. And there was so much, like, good music. Like, if you go to Poyo's Spotify and you look at the Immovable God in the Eternal Euthymia, or the Immortal God in the Eternal Euthymia, I think. It's so good. Oh my god, I recommend it so much. It's a little long, but it's so good. But then you look at that compared to Sumeru, and it's just like, oh my god, that's crazy. And Sumeru was fantastic. I loved it. I loved every minute of it, but like, then the jump to Fontaine, which was just the best, I feel like, out of all of them. Sumeru was amazing, and it's definitely hard to compete, like, the two of them competing for which one is better. It's definitely hard to choose. But, like, between... Ah, shit. Ah, fuck me, I put those on the wrong layer. Ugh. Oh, that's so annoying. It's not a big deal, but it is certainly a little annoying. But anyways. There is a cut and paste. Good enough. Where was I? Oh my god, I completely forgot where I was, and I hope I didn't have like a good thought, but Mondstadt compared to Fontaine is just crazy. I mean, Leeway even, I mean, you look at the terrain or the region itself is crazy. The character designs, I think Farina is one of the, like, objectively one of the best designs. Even if you don't like her character, which I don't know how you couldn't. Like, if you've played the story at all, if you know what happened to her, I don't know how you could dislike her. But, like, her designs is one of my favorites. I'm also a really big fan of Gaming's design. I really like the way they did his design. Let's see. I'm just trying to get this. There we go. Wait, doesn't he have like a button? So isn't it like comes down to like here? And then is it? No, actually, now I remember what it looks like. And then it has like a little thing that hangs across. Right? Hold on, this song sounds so familiar. Oh, it's the one for the, like the Battle Pass one. Okay, I've gotten to this part of Kaya's design, and I really don't remember what he looks like at all. I know he has the fluffy thing that goes like across his shoulder. I don't even know if I'm putting it on the right side, honestly. There's a little bit of it over on this side. I know he has that. And I really don't know what else he has on his design. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and... like, there's gotta be... Alright, I think maybe he has more buttons up the side. Maybe. Oh boy, and maybe it's layered? I feel like, possibly. Oh, it has like... yeah, that feels right, I think. Maybe he has like the pointy shoulders like Zhongli. There we go. Oh, I forgot. I forgot his pupils. I think his earring has like a little feather on it, so I'm just gonna do a little feather. Okay. Now I will go in and give him his pupils and his irises and everything that I have forgotten to give him thus far. Flip horizontal, and then we just watch as it slowly travels across the screen. That does not really look like Kaya at all, but you know what? It could be worse, so I will take that. Alright. I'm trying to figure out what it is that looks wrong. Oh god, it's almost 9 already. And I'm not even close to done. Oof. Oh well. So goes the life of me, I guess. I was gonna say a visionary. Yeah, I am. You know what? I am a visionary. Positive self-talk today. That little hairpiece looks so wrong, and I don't know why. Oh my god, I opened everything but that was actually supposed to be opening. Alright, what was earlier I was talking about the story quests, right? Yeah, I hope we get a lot more information about the Traveler in the next We Will Be, like, reunited or whatever. Like, I'm so excited for it, because I love me some lore. I'm really into the story about a lot of games. I can't look into it myself because I just don't get a lot of it and I don't really have time. I would love to, like, theorize about some games sometimes. Like, maybe a bit, like I don't know, maybe a game I play in the future. Like, I would love to theorize about a game maybe in the future, but for now I love watching, like Genshin Impact theory videos. Oh my god, those are like my guilty pleasure. Like, shoot, there's like a Genshin Impact theorist that I'm thinking about right now. I forget, like, their name slips my mind, but I think they use, like, a Yanfei in their videos. If anyone knows them, put it in the comments, and I will try to, like, I say that because I like to re-upload these on YouTube, but if anyone knows them here, which I don't think there's any active chatters right now, which is okay if you just want to sit and watch. I do the same thing. But, like, if anyone knows who it is, if it's on YouTube, I will pin your comment. Or, like, it's multiple people, I'll pin whoever does it first. But, like, if anyone knows who it is. But I love their videos so much. So much information, and their theories always, like, feel right. Like, they sit right in my stomach, you know? Which is something that, like, a lot of anyone can make a theory, and anyone can twist the information any way they want. Like, that's really easy to do, but it's a lot harder to do a theory that just feels right with the game. Like, yeah, you can say Paimon is, like, the unknown god, but, like, it doesn't feel right, or it wouldn't feel fulfilling for the game to put it in. I think one of my personal theories, which I don't really have any evidence for to back up, is that Paimon was, like, the elemental dragon of Conria, which I think would be really interesting to see, considering, like, there had to have been one, right? Or, I mean, they didn't have an Archon, which means maybe they didn't have an elemental dragon either, and I don't know if that's stated anywhere in the lore. But, like, I mean, Conria used the element of light, I think, right? Like, that's the conclusion that we've come to, is, like, whatever element that the Traveler uses at the beginning, and that Dane uses whenever we see him, is, like, the light element, right? And, like, Paimon's design is very light-esque. Like, I feel she has a lot of stars and stuff on her design, which is a common thing in Genshin. A lot of characters have a solar or a lunar design. Because, I mean, you even just have constellations, which is, like, one of the most direct ties you can make to a solar or a lunar design. But I don't know if there's any theorists out there who think my theory has any merit at all as a real theory. Again, Paimon as elemental dragon theory. You know, feel free to use it. I'm not using it, but I don't think it would actually hold any water. Like, if you tried to, especially compared to, like, the other theories, which are, like, Paimon is the god of time, which cites so many different, like, mythological and historical and just game-based evidence that it's like, geez. But, I mean, if anyone wants to try to verify it, be my guest. Use my crack-brained ideas. For, like, if you want to try it. I mean, half the time I can't even, like, back up what I say in general, so, I mean, it would probably be disproved with, like, a simple search of, like, oh, did Conria have an elemental dragon? No? Okay, well, I guess Paimon is not. I mean, I guess just because the game says that there's never one doesn't mean there hasn't been one. I mean, it's not like the Heavenly Principles haven't been tricked before. I mean, look at Fontaine's Story Quest. And obviously everything would have been destroyed. I mean, it would explain why. So here's my stuff is, first of all, Paimon comes with the Traveler everywhere. But, I mean, presumably was drowning, right? And possibly ended up in the water after some sort of, like, Conrian explosion. They were trying to... I mean, at that point, the Archons existed, so I don't even think... I mean, none of the other... I mean, all of the Archons are aware of there being an elemental dragon, right? But not many people are, and perhaps the Archons just did a whoopsie and, like, thought that since there was no Archon, there was also no elemental dragon, and just didn't think, and just, I don't know, did their little explodey stuff, and, like, exploded the cave that the dragon was sleeping in, sent them out to sea, where they were forced to, like, become smaller, to, like, survive and conserve stuff. Like, they were super asleep. I'm gonna copy and paste the eyes, because I don't want to redraw them. And then there's, like, I mean, I don't think Paimon traveled with the sister. I'm not sure about that one. I think maybe... I don't know. Yeah, I think for some reason I was thinking that Paimon did, but I think it was... I don't think that she did. Yeah, because it's for the other part. So yeah, there goes the other thing I was gonna say, completely dissolved. But, I mean, we know that Paimon speaks whatever language the Traveler spoke. So, like, if we're looking at Traveler voice lines, and the reason he doesn't really speak as much as Paimon does, is because, like, where? Oh my god, why does that look so bad? Is because, like, the Traveler doesn't speak the language of Teyvat, and, like, Paimon is teaching it to them, which is actually kind of cute. I don't hate Paimon as a character, it's just her voice gets a little grating sometimes. But, like, it's kind of, like, sometimes the game does manage to make me emotional about Traveler and Paimon. Especially, like, sometimes Paimon is, like, really annoying, where it's like, I'm just trying to find my sister. Paimon's like, yeah, but what if we go do something else instead? I'm like, I just want to find my goddamn sister. Because I play as Ether, but brother, sibling. Oh, hold on. My phone alarm is going off, telling me that it is late, which I am well aware of. But at the same time, I don't know, this is gonna be such a long stream. I mean, to be fair, I'm on the line art portion. Yeah, he definitely looks very feminine. Not as feminine apparently I can't speak. Not as feminine as I expected, but definitely you can tell I draw women a lot more than I draw men. Which is something I should definitely work on, but for now, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. like this is more productive than I've ever been in terms of drawing. Normally it takes me like 40 years just to make one drawing. And like, of course I'm just doing a sketch. It's not like I'm doing like the full drawing, which I would normally do. But still. I'm quite proud of myself for making 2 in like 2.5 hours. I don't know. Well, no, we're at 3 hours now. But still, you know. when the eye is only part of the way where it's supposed to be. There we go. And we can add in the rest of the nose details. Oh no, the mouth. His face is melting. Okay, where? What? Ooh. I feel like the chin is almost always the most annoying part of like when you're doing the line art. Like it never looks right. Then you always try to use the liquify tool on it, and that never works because now there's weird bumps. Alright, and then I'm trying to figure out what OST this is. I want to say Ayaka's trailer. Oh no, it's Yoimiya's story. Yeah, that sounds right now. Now that I listen to it. I want to do that on a different layer. Oh, the fur is going to be so annoying. So we'll start off. I seriously don't know what the fluffy thing that he wears is. Like, is it supposed to be a scarf? I really am not sure. Like, it kind of looks like a scarf, but like, not really. I don't know. I've never seen a fluffy scarf like that. I mean, it would make sense if he was like a cryo user for it to be a scarf, but like I said, doesn't really look like a scarf. I mean, maybe it's a really, really fancy scarf, like I said, but, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like Yelan's jacket. He stole it from someone, and he just doesn't know how to wear it. Real question, how do all the Genshin Impact clothes stay wrinkle-free when they're fighting so much? Like, do they just, there's one person in, like, that they go to get all of their clothes ironed, and they do a fantastic job. Because I like, move an inch, and my clothes are just destroyed. Or not destroyed, but like, I mean, like, who irons their clothes? Honestly, I don't. It's like, why bother? They're just gonna get wrinkled anyways, you know? And it doesn't really do that big of a difference, so I don't iron my clothes. But like, you move a little bit, and it's just boom, wrinkle. But then these Genshin characters can be out there, like, beating the out of, I don't know, hilly churls, let's say, and, like, they don't get any wrinkles, or barely any, I don't know, I mean, I haven't, like, recently observed whether Genshin characters get clothing wrinkles. I mean, they might, but, alright. I forgot his little... There we go. There we go. Oh, you got a little bit of overflow. Oh. There, on this layer. There we go. And then I vaguely remember his colors. So I know he actually has a slightly, like, it's more of an olive skin tone, I want to say, like, right? That's definitely not right. Like, I mean, is it here? I feel like that, but a little tiny bit darker. Yeah, there, that feels right. so worried that, like, Twitch is gonna look at this stream and think that all of the music that played during the stream is, like, mute-worthy and just mute the entire thing. And then, like, it'll mute my voice, too. I am so worried about that. I hope it won't. I really hope it won't. But even if one song, like, gets muted, I will get very sad because it'll mute a lot of my voice. I mean, like, last time I used, like, a no copyright playlist, and there was a copyright song on it. Or not copyright, I think it was, like, like, it wasn't copyright, and I didn't get in trouble for it, but they were like, you're safe with this song, but it is there, and we're gonna tell everybody that it's there. But, like, Twitch just mutes it. Which, like, I get, but just tell people that there's music in that section. You don't have to mute it. And, like, the fact that it would mute my voice, too. Like, in Streamlabs, there's this desktop audio and the microphone are separate. So you don't have to mute both. I mean, I get that Streamlabs and Twitch are different. But if this video never gets uploaded to YouTube, no, that's why. Which would be really sad because of the amount of time that I spent on it. But at the same time, I might just turn it into, like, a commentary video on, like, YouTube, like, voice over it and stuff. Ugh. Alright, and I know he has, like, blue hair. I don't know how blue. I think it's, like... That feels too dark. Oh, I can turn the grid off as well. I swear this one sounds familiar. I mean, is this the one that plays around the Fountain of Lucine, I think it's called? If so, I would recognize this because I go there every once in a while. I'm just so glad I'm almost done with this drawing. I love streaming, but I want to go eat food. I want to go eat dinner. Or, like, I don't know, I don't think I've ever... I mean, I've drawn for this long. There was one time I spent 12 hours straight on a drawing of Sino that I'm not even that proud of. Just so I could submit it to, like, you know how they do whenever character banners are having a rerun, they have, like, the drawing challenge for them. Yeah, no, I was not proud. Alright, and even now I'm not super proud of what I submitted, but it was like a year ago, so That is the only thing that I take pride in. Or not pride, but like the only thing that makes it okay is that it was like a year ago. And my art has like definitely gone through like for a year it was a massive change. Oh, I feel like that hair might be a little too purple. Make it a little bit bluer. Oh, that's definitely brighter. I don't want to make it brighter necessarily. There we go. I'm gonna be so upset if I change it to this and then it was the other one all along. A little bit up here. There we go. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. There's like so much that I forgot to get rid of. And there's an entire area. I mean, that's what I don't know how other artists don't forget to do. But I'll just be halfway, mostly through a drawing, and then I'll realize that I completely forgot to like remove like an important or add something important from like the base colors, and I'll have to go and undo everything and find the layer it's on. Alright. Ugh. I also accidentally put it over the ears. So glad I saw that. I don't want him to have frostbite on his ears. Which would be kind of ironic considering one of his voice lines is just don't get frostbite. Which is a little easier said than done. Imagine you're on Dragon Spine. You're like freezing to death. And he's just like, don't get frostbite. And you're like, gee, thanks. Oh, this is one of my favorite OSTs. I mean, I'm a pretty huge fan of all the economia. Oh my god, it's so annoying to pronounce. But, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, underneath Watatsumi. Like, it's so eerie. And it's very, like, spooky, but I think the OSTs from there are really nice. This is one of the ones I was thinking about learning how to play, like, on the piano. I think he might have like gray eyes, I want to say. Other one, I am gonna blend it just a little. That looks right. I wasn't sure whether the gray eyes were gonna look right, but I do think that is correct. Alright, and then for his outfit, I know it's like a dark blue, I'm pretty sure. Then maybe silver here. A little bit of shiny bit so you know that it's silver. think his undershirt is like a beigeish white. Right there. Because he has like a... Oh my god, I forgot he had an eye patch. Oh my god, how could I forget he had an eye patch? Oh my god, people were probably screaming at me that he had an eye patch. God damn it. It's okay. It's okay, I can fix it. Watch this, I'm gonna show you guys magic. Actually. I fixed it. Okay, I will do better than that. Luckily an eye patch is like pretty easy to add on. That's literally like his defining feature though, is that he has an eye patch. How did I forget? Okay, got it. The issue is I have hair covering the eye, but the eye patch can't cover the hair, but it covers, like... I have a slight dilemma. Maybe, you know what, I'll get rid of it here. And then I'll erase the part of the eye that goes above the hair here, too. And then I have to go into here. Get rid of that too. And then I have to go into here. Alright. Whatever. The problem is solved. Does it look a little bad? Yes. But is that okay? Because I got the main idea across. Also, yes. And I will also change the color a little. Like a... There we go. I solved it. I'm magic. Okay, now I can go back to what I was actually working on. And then the fur is like pretty much just white, like that much I know. did not think about that. Alright, there we go. Alright, color that in. As you can see, this is definitely the longest I've streamed in a while, because I have run out of things to say, which is sort of impressive. I usually have quite a lot to say, but I'm just so out of ideas. It's like, just let me finish this drawing. Which I am so close to doing. I'm still quite embarrassed over the fact that I forgot that Kaya had an eye patch. I didn't even think about it. I wasn't thinking. That's totally getting like clip. Like if there has ever been a better moment to turn into like a quick short video, it is like, I don't know, that clip is just perfect. Alright, and I also think that I am done. I'm trying to think, but I think that's just, oh, I forgot the little feather, but that's fine. Just can do, oh. Can do that real quick. Nice and easy. There we go. I think that's done. I can't think of what else I'm missing. I don't think I'm missing another eye patch level thing, so I'm gonna bring up a photo of Kaya. Okay, I wasn't completely off. Except for the upper body, which I was so incredibly wrong about, like his outfit. But, you know. Hold on, let me. Alright. Alright, so, hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that they're both, like, centered. You know, I feel like it could be worse. Why does it keep opening settings for me? The hair is definitely off, and the outfit is just... oof. But I feel like I got the main idea across. And, like, completely forgetting the eye patch is just, like, it's even on the wrong side. You know what? So much stuff is on the wrong side. What if I just... No one ever saw anything. It's a mirror image. No, I'm gonna... Alright. But now I finally get to go to sleep. I'm not doing another one. I would have loved to do 3, but like I just don't have 4 or 5 hours. So, I'm gonna go see if the entire thing of this is getting copyrighted. I really hope it's not, because 3 hours is a long time to, like, not have. What's the next stream that I have planned? Oh, next stream is gonna be another Honkai stream. Like, back to that game, which is fantastic, and I'm so excited to play. This will hopefully be re-uploaded, on YouTube, in the next few days. I still have to re-upload the one from Wednesday, because I have to, like, splice it together because of the power outage. This one should be up soon. I'm editing, the first one, like, the Honkai Star Rail trailers. So that should be up, I hope, soon. I still have to make a thumbnail and stuff, but either way, the next stream should not be this long, I hope. Like, it definitely won't be this long. I'm not gonna stream this long again for a while. But anyways, I'm just gonna go make myself some food, because I am quite hungry. It was nice to do a stream that was different from Honkai Star Rail. I haven't done a drawing stream in ages. So it was actually really fun to do that. If you like this, maybe I'll do some more drawing streams in the future. Maybe I'll draw thumbnails on stream, or record myself drawing thumbnails, maybe post those on YouTube, or maybe shorter form videos with some nice music in the background, if you guys really like watching me draw and forget about really important stuff. But, and if you want to hear more of my rants, maybe I will do those time-lapse videos of me drawing with some commentary in the background, who knows? But yeah. I'm gonna go. I stream every Wednesday and Sunday, so I will be streaming again this Wednesday. Like I said, some more Honkai Star Rail. And if you want to prepare for this is gonna be episode 3 of Honkai Star Rail. I have done reacting to all of the trailers, and episode 1 is up on YouTube. Episode 2 should be up hopefully tonight. If I can do everything that I need to do. I do have some other stuff to do, so maybe it'll be tomorrow. And then this will be up on YouTube at least, like, at the very least by Wednesday. Hopefully I'm trying to aim for having the videos up on, like, fully edited 2 weeks after I stream them, so that I can have time to, like, do everything that I need to do for the other ones, which means that optimally I'll have reacting to the Honkai Star Rail trailers edited, but which is just gonna be more of a highlights, because it's a lot harder to do, like, edit it down when you have a 2-hour stream, and it's, like, all important. With the game, it's a little easier, like, you can get the main storyline across, but the drawing is gonna be really difficult. But anyways, I will still try, and if you like this, be sure to follow, because I stream twice a week. All of my links for everything is in, I think there's a little, like, link area. Hold on, I will go and I will check right now on Twitch, where it is. Where is it? It should be under the About section, yeah. So, I have 2 YouTube channels. One of them is re-uploads from streaming, and one of them is, like, fully edited videos, which is fairly typical. But I don't have any under the fully edited, which is what I aim to do soon. But I do have quite a few videos, even some older videos, which I don't recommend you watch. I think I might have actually privated them. I don't know, did I? I might have, but if I haven't, I wouldn't recommend them, but they are Like, they give you a little bit of, information about how much I have changed for streaming. Definitely. I'm gonna go see if they're still up right now. They are. Oh my god. They're so old. They're from 2022. But, you know, I wouldn't recommend watching them, but they do still exist. I might private them. I mean, one of them is currently my most viewed video, so maybe I won't, but either way, I wouldn't recommend them, but the other ones are up there. Both of them are Honkai Star Rail videos. So if you're into Genshin and you also like Honkai, I would recommend those. I hope everyone has a nice night for me. It might be really, really early morning for other people, but either way, how about just have a good Monday? Because that's about as safe as I can be with other people's time zones. Anyways, see you guys on Wednesday for another Honkai Star Rail stream, and I hope to see you guys again then, at the very least, and have a good Monday.